Hello students, welcome to all 4C learning classes. Today we will discuss some problems regarding again electric flux and applications of Gauss laws. See in this, here we have a problem like this. A thin conducting ring of radius capital R, okay? A thin conducting ring of radius capital R is given a charge plus Q. The electric field at the center O of the ring due to the charge on the part AKB of the ring is E. The electric field at the center of the part ACDB. What is ACDB of the ring is? So what is thin conducting ring of radius R? This is a thin conducting ring of radius capital R. What is the charge given to this ring is Q. Charge given to the ring is Q. The electric field at the center O of the ring due to the charged part of the AKB of the ring is E. Now the electric field at the center of the part of the ring is, okay. See here, whenever we are calculating this part, in generally what is the electric field due to the conducting ring? At the center it is 0. We are calculated electric field at any point on the axis of the ring. What is the formula? E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught qx by x square plus a square whole to the power of 3 by 2. Actually, you may write like this. At any point on the axis or electric field at center of conducting ring. At center of conducting ring is 0. Okay. Here what is given? The electric field due to the part of AKB means only this part. Okay. So only the first part about this part. What is the given electric field is AKB is E. Okay. Electric field due to the part, okay, AKB is equals to given as E. Now entire circle is this conducting ring is 0. Okay. Electric field, okay, total capital E is equals to 0. Due to the part AKB it is given as E. Okay, what is its direction is towards the center. Direct positive charge, the direction is like towards the center. This is the direction of E. Now what is the rest of the part is? They given ACDB or ADCB. Okay, E, A, C, D, B. First we should find about the electric field intensity due to this part here. But E is 0 or not? When what is E 0 means the entire circular path, entire conducting ring, the electric field due to this conducting ring at the center is 0. See here, we may write like this. Electric field is equals to 0 at the center. That means E of AKB plus E of ACDB is equals to 0. So the electric field at the center of the conducting ring is 0 means entire part of the conducting ring. But we know that what is the electric field at the center due to the AKB is given E. Okay. But what is we need to find electric field at the center due to the ACBD to remaining part. But sum of these two part is 0. Sum of the electric field due to the AKB, ADCB is 0. Means E of AKB value, E of AKB is equals to minus E of ACDB. Okay. That is, we may write like this. E of EACDB is equals to minus EAKB. E AC dB is equals to, what is EKB value is given E, means here minus E. Minus E means, what is the negative sign indicates here? Direction is opposite. So the direction is along OK. This is a direction here. Okay. E of AC dB is also E along O2K, along OK. So this is a direction of magnitude and direction of electric field due to the rest of the part ADCB at the center of the conducting ring. Is it? So this is a conducting ring given radius capital R, and also they given the what is the electric field due to this part is E. We should find the electric field at the same center about the rest of the part ADCB. But we know that what is the electric field due to the conducting ring at its center is 0. Means the sum of the electric field due to the part AKB and ADCB is equals to 0. We may write E of AKB is equals to minus E of ACDB. So what is the given, this value is magnitude E. So here we will get E. Negative sign indicates the direction is opposite. Due to the part AKB towards the center means due to the rest of the part is opposite, that is along the OK. So this is about the first one. And whenever coming to the second one, so what is here, the second question is given like this. A solid metallic sphere has a charge plus 3q. So now let us take, this is a solid metallic sphere. What is the charge is plus 3q plus 3q. Okay, concentric with a shell of charge q. Now this is a shell, concentric with a shell of charge q. The radius of sphere is A. This is A here. What is a sphere? Radius is A. And that of shell is B. Okay. And the given what is B is greater than A. Okay. Already from the diagram also we can say that the B radius of the shell B is greater than the radius of the solid sphere A. What is the electric field at a distance small r which is greater than A and less than B? We need to find electric field intensity at a point, at a distance R. The value will be greater than A and less than B from the center. Let us take, this is a center here. Greater than A but less than B means this is a point. Let us consider, for example, this is a point P there here. Distance from center to the point P is R. Okay. What is it? Is outside the sphere but inside the shell. Now we know that electric field intensity, okay, due to the combined from the center. First of all, this is a one of the conducting sphere, solid conducting sphere. What is electric field due to the conducting sphere at any point outside the sphere? We already proved these, derived these relations. Electric field intensity, okay, at any point outside the sphere here. At any point outside the sphere means what we will get here? E is equals to, let us take, this is a E1 here. E1 is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. What is the charge given to the solid sphere is 3q be the charge given here. Okay, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 3q. And by what is the distance outside means r will be the distance 3q by r square. Okay. Now, at this position we should calculate what is, this is a hollow sphere, shell. The charge resides on the surface only. The charge resides on the surface. Now, whenever we are calculating the electric field at this position, what is the electric field intensity at any point inside the conducting shell is 0. At any point inside the conducting shell will be 0. Then what is the total electric field here? the total electric field will becomes only the electric field formed by the conducting these solid sphere at the point P. Okay, therefore here what is the due to conducting shell E2 is equals to 0. Therefore we may write E is equals to vector sum of E1 and E2, that is therefore what is E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, okay, 3q by r square, 3q by r square, because this is a solid sphere and we are calculating the electric field intensity at any point outside the solid sphere, at any point outside the solid sphere but inside the conducting shell. Conducting shell means charge resides only on the surface. For suppose if they ask the question maybe like this, what is the electric field intensity at any point on the sphere, at any point on the sphere, surface of the sphere, then what you will get here, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 3q be the charge, but instead of r what you write, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 3q by small a square. Okay, this is at any point on the surface. Okay, for suppose, okay, instead of r it is replaced by a. So this is about the second one. Next, see, third question may be asked like this. For example, if two parallel plane sheets 1 and 2 carrying the uniform charge densities sigma 1 and sigma 2, two parallel plane sheets carrying uniform charge density sigma 1 and sigma 2, okay, the electric field in the region 2 is, the electric field in the region 2. So let us take, this is a two plane sheets, okay, they given in the question only, they will give the diagram like this. These are the two plane sheets, uniform charge densities, two plane sheets 1 and 2 carrying the charge density sigma 1 and sigma 2. The charge density of first one is sigma 2, second one is sigma 2, sigma 1, and here it is sigma 2. Okay, and they given one condition here, what is sigma 1, the charge density of the first one is greater than the charge density of the second one. Okay, this is a first plate, this is a second plane sheet. Two parallel plane sheets 1 and 2 carrying uniform charge densities of sigma 1 and sigma 2, and they given sigma 1 is greater than sigma 2. So what is electric field in the region 2? The given diagram like this, this is a region 1, this is a region 2, and this is a region 3. We need to find electric field intensity in the region 2. Okay, only region 2 asking. Okay, we may calculate region 1 and 3 also. See, first of all in region 1, region 2, they are asking only in region 2 here. In region 2, okay, what is, this is a positive charge. We know that what is electric field intensity due to the plane sheet, electric field intensity due to plane sheet, non-conducting plane sheet. Okay, so first plate E1, let us take E1 with the electric field intensity due to the first plate in the region 2. This is a direction of E1. What is E1 is equals to sigma 1, surface charge density sigma 1 by 2 epsilon naught. And what about second one, E2 is equals to also, this is also non-conducting plane sheet, but surface charge density sigma 2 by 2 epsilon naught. What is its direction? Radially outwards, means this is a direction of E2. If you are observing, these E1, E2 are opposite in directions, and they given one condition, what is sigma 1 is greater than sigma 2. When sigma 1 is greater than sigma 2, E1 is greater than E2 or not? What is E1 value? Sigma 1 by 2 epsilon naught, E2 is equal to sigma 2 by 2 epsilon naught. Therefore, we may write E is equals to E1 minus E2 here, because they given the condition sigma 1 greater than sigma 2. So here sigma 1 by 2 epsilon naught minus sigma 2 by 2 epsilon naught. So what will get here? Sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2 epsilon naught. Okay, this is a electric field in the region 2. So they are asking only region 2, but we need to find 1 and 3 also. For example, we should calculate electric field intensity in region 1. Here, what is the direction of E1 radially outwards? This is the direction of E1. And by the second plate, again what will get? Radially outwards, E2. Both are in the same directions or not? So whenever we are calculating electric field intensity in region 1 and 3 are same. Region 1 and 3, what is E is equals to E1 plus E2. E1 plus E2. Whenever we are calculating in region 1, the electric field intensity due to the first plane sheet is radially outwards. By the second plate sheet also radially outwards. If you are observing the directions, both are in same directions. So E1 plus E2. Either you may take this is a region 3 or not. So by the first plate radially outwards. By the second plate is also radially outwards. So that we may write A is equals to E1 plus E2. E is equal to, what is the value of E1 again? Sigma 1 by 2 epsilon naught plus sigma 2 by 2 epsilon naught. We may write E is equal to sigma 1 plus sigma 2 by 2 epsilon naught. Both in region 1 and 3. 1 and 2. Okay, 1 and 3. In the 2, sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2 epsilon naught. Okay. Now next question may be, electric charge is uniformly distributed a long straight wire. For example, you may take this is a long straight wire. Okay, you may take this is a long straight wire. A charge is uniformly distributed, electric charge is uniformly distributed along this wire. Okay, straight wire of radius 1 millimeters. What is the radius of this wire is 1 millimeter. Okay, it is placed, okay, the charge per 1 centimeters length of the wire is Q. What is given here? Charge per 1 centimeter. Charge per 1 centimeter length of the wire. 1 centimeters length of the wire is Q. Okay. For suppose if a cylindrical surface of radius 50 centimeters and length 1 meter is symmetrically encloses this wire, then what is the total electric flux passing through the cylindrical surface? Okay, here this is a uniformly charged long wire having the radius 1 millimeter, and what is the given indirectly charge per 1 centimeters length of the wire is Q. And if a cylindrical surface, now let us take this is a cylinder of radius 50 centimeters. What is radius? 50 centimeters. Let us take this is a capital R, is 50 centimeters and its length is 1 meter. L is equals to 1 meter. Okay. Then asking what is the flux passing through the symmetrical surface, the cylindrical surface. Okay. A uniformly long 1 mm radius of the wire is uniformly charged such that the charge per 1 centimeter length of the wire is capital Q. Then it is enclosed by a cylindrical surface of radius 50 centimeters length 1 meter as shown in the figure. Then what is the total flux coming from the cylindrical surface? Okay, we know that what is actually, this is a long wire, but they given for 1 centimeter charge is Q. Now what is the length of the cylinder is 1 meter. Means if length of the cylinder is 1 meter, the length of the wire enclosed by the cylinder is also 1 meter. The length of the wire which is enclosed by the cylinder is also 1 meter. Okay. Length of the wire. Length of the wire enclosed by cylinder is 1 meter, that is 100 centimeter. Okay, and per 1 centimeter length what is the charge is Q? For 100 centimeter what is the charge enclosed? 100 Q. So therefore charge enclosed is charge enclosed by the surface is 100 Q. Okay, for 1 centimeter it is Q. Now what is why we are taking only 1 meter means the wire is enclosed by the only 1 meter length of the Gaussian surface. It is enclosed by only 1 meter length of the Gaussian surface, then the total charge enclosed by the surface it becomes 100 Q. Okay. Now what is the Gauss law statement? By the Gauss law we may write like this. What is the statement of by the Gauss law? Okay, the total flux passing through any closed surface, the total flux passing through any closed surface is equals to the 1 by epsilon naught times of the net charge enclosed by the surface. What is the net charge? Q net by epsilon naught. What is the net charge here? We got 100 Q. 100 Q by epsilon naught. So this is the answer here. Okay. The total charge is 100 Q here. Okay, per 1 centimeter Q, 100 centimeter 100 Q. By the Gauss law statement, what is the total flux passing through any closed surface is equals to 1 by epsilon naught times of net charge. 1 by epsilon naught times of net charge is 100 Q. Okay. So next one, the problem may be asked like this. A charge Q is enclosed by a Gaussian surface. A charge Q is enclosed by a Gaussian surface of radius R. Let us take this is a charge Q. Enclosed by a Gaussian surface of radius R means it is a sphere. Indirectly saying that it is a sphere. Okay. A charge Q is enclosed by a Gaussian surface of radius R. If the radius is doubled, for suppose now the radius is doubled, the same charge but enclosed by the another surface of double the radius, 2r. Here the same charge is there. Okay. Then what is the outward flux? Asking outward electric flux. Okay. See here, first of all, a charge capital Q is enclosed by a Gaussian surface of radius R. What is here? We may write flux by the Gauss law. By the Gauss law, flux, outward flux Y is equals to 1 by epsilon naught times of net charge. What will get? Phi is equals to net charge is Q only, Q by epsilon naught. See, here we are not studying about the total flux enclosed by the surface is independent of shape and size of the Gaussian surface, irrespective of shape and size. Not only but here, okay, you may take anywhere, any surface. Here also what is the enclosed charge is only the size of the surface is only increases here. What is the charge again? Here also net charge Q only. Okay. It is not depends upon the area. So what you will get again here also Q by epsilon naught. In the first case Q by epsilon naught, second case is also Q by epsilon naught. Then what you will get? The total flux remains the same. The flux remains same, it doesn't changes. Flux remains same. Okay, it depends only on the enclosed charge. If the enclosed charge is changes, then flux will be changes. Otherwise what happens? The flux remains same. but only the area of the spherical surface, Gaussian surface only increases here. Or maybe ask like this also. For example, you may go through the next one. This is a charge Q, okay, first enclosed by a sphere. Next one, now this is a charge here, enclosed like a prism, closed surface Q. Now it is a cube. Hexagon, closed surface in the form of hexagon. See, what is the flux, in which case the flux passing through the surfaces is maximum here. So if you are observing what is the first, second, third, fourth, what is the enclosed charge? The enclosed charge remains same in all four cases, isn't it? Whether the Gaussian surface is in the form of a sphere, it is in the form of like a prism, okay, closed surface, it is like cuboid, it is like regular hexagon. But what is the enclosed charge is same. So therefore we may write the flux remains same here. Flux remains same in all cases. In all cases. Okay. Next. For example, if they given what is the electric flux through these enclosed surface, okay, they given a closed surface like this. Let us assume this is a closed surface. In this we have the charges like 1.25, 1.25 coulombs, 7 coulombs, okay, 1 coulomb, and minus 0.4 coulomb, minus 0.4. Here 6 coulombs and here 5 coulombs. The question is, what is the electric flux linked with the closed surface? What is the electric flux linked with the closed surface? This is a closed surface here. Okay. Here actually 6 charges are there. What are they? 1.25, 7, 1, 0.4, minus 0.4, 6 and 5. But 5 and 6 are outside the spherical surface, outside the surface. Here 5 coulombs is not enclosed by the surface, 6 coulombs is also not enclosed by the surface. So now we should find the what is the electric flux through the closed surface, enclosed surface. So we should consider the charge enclosed. What are the charges enclosed by these surfaces? See, what is the net charge here? The net charge enclosed by the surface means 1.25 plus 7 plus 1 minus 0.4. These charges are only enclosed, but 5 and 6 are there in the system, but these are not enclosed. So if you are, the net charge is equals to 1.25 plus 7, 8.25, 9 point, okay, 1.25 plus 1, this is minus 0.4, 7.25, 8.25, okay, 9.25 here, total 7 plus 8, 9.25 minus 0.4, okay. 9.25 minus 0.4 means what is Q net is equals to 8.85. If you are subtracting 0.4 from 9.25, what is here, what we get? 8.85 coulombs. Now we need to find flux by the Gauss law. What is the total flux is? The total flux passing through any closed surface is equals to the 1 by epsilon naught times of net charge enclosed by the surface. Okay. Phi is equals to, what is the net charge we got here? 8.85. And what is the epsilon naught value is? Epsilon naught value will be 8.85 into 10 power minus 12. Now 8.85 get cancelled. What is the flux here? 10 to the power of 12 Newton meter square per coulomb or Weber. 10 to the power of 12 will be the flux. So like this, different charges may be asked. This is one of the example, and the flux is independent of the enclosed surface. Okay, so these are problems regarding the electric flux and intensity of electric field. Okay.